I'm telling you, O'Shea, I'm telling you the truth. African men do not care.
Okay, hold on.
In the group of friends that I have,
can I ask my brothers
the
another
single
question?
okay, ask them.
She's a single mother. She's rich, and she looks like Rihanna. One thumbs up.
Say
yes or no? Looks like Rihanna, rich, but she has two kids.
Would you buy her some sandals?
No.
Definitely.
Brother?
Okay.
Yes.
He get us some
Hi guys, welcome to Kenganda. My name is Janita Maya and this is the Repat podcast. I'll let my co-hosts introduce themselves.
I was just finished laughing. You still are? Okay, yo, DJ Maintain.
Yeah. Maintain is having a blast. Maintain, we're going to put this on.
Okay. All right, let me...
Don't cut it. Just keep it like that, too.
Yeah, let the people see.
DJ Maintain, DJ and producer, born in London, the Caribbean parents. Been living in Kampala for 5 years now. Big up.
Okay.
I've been drinking a little bit, so this is going to be fun. O'Shea Duke Jackson. You see my eyes is a little dim.
DJ!
Yeah, African-American in Uganda.
Yeah.
Let's get to it.
Yeah. His eyes are like that because he worked all night. So it's not the...
But the alcohol is going to help, though, for real.
Anyway, now, I don't know if most of you have seen this, but there's so many African-American mothers,
right,
women, and single mothers moving to the continent. Like there's an increase in that. And I said, you know what? Let the Repat podcast discuss that. Well, O'Shea did, but here we are.
You can take all the credits, okay?
No, it's okay. It's all you.
Yeah.
Yes. In case they come for me, he did.
What are your thoughts about that?
I personally, I don't think it's bad because I, for one, stand for single mothers. I don't think sometimes it does happen. It's not their doing. For some of them, it's their doing. Of course, they divorce and whatnot. But of course, that's not like an intention for most people. Then others, they lose their baby fathers. Then others that just happen to be a side piece who has a child. You know, there's so many reasons as why someone is a single mother. And I don't think I'm in a place to judge someone like that. But then I think I would understand why they're moving back to the continent. On the channel, I interviewed Ashley in Africa. She's actually a single mother who stays in TZ. She goes back and forth between Tanzania and South Africa. And I see her page and she's living her best life. She's having the best time. She says her kids here are happier. Her kids are with other black kids, so she doesn't feel like they'll experience racism or anything like that on the continent. She's free. And I think when most women see that and they feel like, oh, if I'm a single mother and in the States, I'm just a single mother, what if I come to the continent and maybe I could make something for myself?
Right.
That's what I think. Yeah.
Before I answer, I wanted to know the context, and you broke that down very well. Because context is very important when you're speaking about a subject like this. Like, what are the reasons for a single mother? And it's a big move, because it's yourself, it's your child, it's your family unit, and you're taking your family unit away from something you know, like growing up in London, I was just in program Monday to Friday. I had my things to do. So you just kind of get into a program. But for what you mentioned I think is nothing but positives. Yeah. If you're a single mother and you want to change and you want to raise your child in an environment where they don't encounter racism and prejudice pretty much every day. Okay. I think it's a great move if that's what your intention.
Now, I love being the bearer of bad news.
Right.
Yes.
Because nobody does it better than me. And that is why I'm here, to be the bearer of bad news on the podcast. I'm the asshole here. But before I'm the asshole, I like to have some sort of data. I want to play this clip that talks about Black single mothers are the highest evicted population in the United States. So we're going to play that clip now because I want to bring some receipts.
Why do I feel set up here, O'Shea?
Always. Let's play a little bit of that clip there, and then we're going to come back.
Housing security in the U.S. since the pandemic is on track to become a crisis, and Black women are being affected the most by it. According to Eviction Lab, there were more than 434,000 evictions last year. So for some context to this, the eviction moratorium was in place for a large portion of the year, but the number of renters at risk of eviction as of January spiked to about 3 million and counting. And of those, Black women have the highest average of eviction filed against them at 6.2%, compared to white women at 3.4%. Now that equates to 1 in 4 Black renters living in a place where Black eviction filing rates were almost double than that of their white counterparts.
All right, with that being the case, there's a lot of emotionalism in repatriating back to any African country of your choice. Most of our people, I think Ashley in Africa, for example, she's in now South Africa. Mm-hmm. I gave her a super chat the other day. Shout out to her. She's doing her thing.
Yeah.
That's one success story. Right?
Yeah.
How many people can be as resilient as her? That's the first thing. But secondarily, why were you a single mom in the United States? And we're going to put it in the context like he said. If you were a wife and the husband died, mm-hmm. or you divorced, and you are very highly skilled, like Dr. Harnett is a single mom. But Dr. Harnett worked at the World Bank. She worked for the African Union. And look at what she does. She's like the best African business coach in the world. I learned stuff from her podcast. And as you guys know, I'm pretty good, right? So Harnett is the GOAT. I would love to go to Rhonda and put her on the podcast. She's an awesome person. But if you're the person that doesn't have a lot of skill, if you're the person that doesn't know how to run the business, and you don't have a community. Africa is different than America. There are a lot of institutions that help women to have kids. There's governmental systems. There's welfare, there's WIC or whatever, or, there's even in California, we have plenty of opportunities for women to have kids. They can give you $1,000 a month for rent. But now when you come to Africa, you're in America now. So nobody cares. You're a single mom. And in Africa, you need a lot of help. And any bad mistakes you make in America, you can make them there and recover. You can't make those mistakes here in Uganda and recover. And this is before I pass this on. One thing I notice here, like even with this podcast, I need a lot of help here in Uganda. And I'm a man with no children, with a very comfortable income, although not as rich as Mr. Luboa here. Okay? I need a lot of help. We just brought Wodi Maya here to Uganda. Wodi Maya is not even Ugandan and got me into some doors I would have never experienced in Uganda. That's how much help you need in Africa. You can't Google everything. So now you come here, you have kids, you don't know how to get around. You're dealing with business people who are, and as a woman, it's hard to do business, and it's hard for me to do business here. Yeah. So as a woman, you don't really, you're getting there with the sharks. And then if you want to date somebody, let's talk about that. Do you want to be single all the rest of your life? In America, single moms having a hard time getting a guy that's decent. What you going to do over here? What you going to do over here? And I'm about to say the guy that's decent, I mean on their level. Their level of decent is 6 figures. They have kids. They got top guys in Africa that have money. Are they looking to say, I want this African-American lady with 3 kids? You could stay somewhere in your culture and get somebody with no kids. Somebody is going to be, more feminine, more submissive, younger, and not going to have, I would have to say, some of that American mentality in the relationship. So a lot of women, I think, that come here are going to fail because single moms are having a big failure rate in America. So if, as you do in America, is somehow how you'll do here. And we see a lot of people that come here, even families come to Africa and go back. Mm-hmm. So a single mom in Africa, I don't think you have a really good shot. I think that you need to do a lot of work before you come here. And most people won't. A lot of emotionalism is driving people to come to Africa and they're failing. And if single women come here with kids, this is not the place you want to be. I don't think so. But it could work out. I don't think so.
I think it's dependent on the means. Like what if you're a single mother, you have children, and you can afford to fly here,
yes,
have a residence,
yes,
and things set up for your kids, you must have money. You must have money, right?
Yeah.
So in saying that, she must be moving in circles where they also have money. So I don't think like this is just purely, I'm just setting a scenario here.
Yes.
I don't think if that's your level, you're gonna meet someone on your level, because just like you said, you was with Wode Maya, right?
Yeah.
And you was open to doors.
Oh, absolutely.
That you would
I can never get here.
Never got in there by
Never.
yourself, right?
Never.
You walked up to the person and said, "Yo, I'm O'Shea Jack."
Never.
Right.
Even though we have the best podcast in this country.
Yeah, exactly.
And they still hating on us. But it's okay.
It's okay.
Yeah.
But she's going to be moving in those circles. So I'm pretty sure she's going to meet the right people and she's going to get what she needs regardless. That's what.
But my question is this.
Yeah.
How many single moms that return to Africa as a repat are going to have that access? You're talking about.
But if you can get here as a single mom, then you clearly have.
How many people can get here and need help going back? Exactly, right?
Yeah. If
Do you know how many dusty Negroes come to?
I could
I hate
also
to
pay for
say
a
it.
ticket and go to a different country. That doesn't mean I can
but
afford
I'm not
to
talking
live
about the
there.
ticket alone. I'm talking about the ticket, your kids, your home, what school you're going to put your kids in. Like, it's not just if you have kids and you're looking to move somewhere with them, you've got to have all the answers. Well, not all the answers, but you've got to know what you're moving to.
Do you think people are that smart, bro? No. You give people too much credit.
Well, I like to give them too much
we're
credit
talking
until
about-
they show me otherwise.
I hate to say this, but I got to get
You
on
gotta
black
say it,
people.
though.
We're talking about some emotional Negroes out here who they saw a video, they're tired of George Floyd, and boom, we're all going to get one-way tickets to Africa. You're dealing, we have some people out there that I wish they thought about it like you did. Some people do. Many do not.
All right.
That's why you see those horror stories in, can I name some countries? The Gambia, Ghana, going back all the time, begging for money. I need help with my kids here. They didn't think about it like you did. And we're talking about, and I'm not saying that women can't do this, but women who have no history of having a husband, they've been sold that a lot of times people don't know how hard Africa is. I mean, here it's hard. It's hard getting people that, like, people can help you in Africa, but you haven't met them yet. Nobody comes here. Because let me just say this before I go back.
Yeah.
Like I say, if I was in America and I wanted to come to Uganda, the way I would do it now, I would look at the Ugandan embassies and I would link up with people in the Ugandan embassies. I would go to Ugandan events in the West. And then I would build my network from that
Yeah.
and then come.
Yeah.
But people are coming to Africa with not doing that. They're just showing up here. Yo, maintain, yo, O'Shea, what's up? I'm here. Can you come through?
yeah, true.
Jonita, where the
Wombo.
Luwumbo at?
It's more like, Jonita, we're at Kibera Country Club when you come in
Yeah.
through.
Lol, I wish.
and then this is what I also want to talk about. How are you going to be received in this culture where a lot of people are married and you're single? We talked about gays.
Yes, we did. Yeah.
Gays are not looked upon favorably by locals, but Americans no go, right? Just think about it. It's not everybody. You're a woman. You have come to Uganda or Ghana and you don't have a husband. What do those people say about you when you're not there?
That's a good point.
You're an African-American woman, and what you're saying when you come to another place, your man don't want you. That has to be.
But bro, that is one. That's an important point you made. But
Yes.
that's just one, I say, strand of the story.
Yeah.
It's
It-
one
it could
strand.
be
Let me say
that.
this. It could be that, but how are people going to
It could
receive
be
it?
something else though.
Why is he, and especially if the lady is somewhat attractive, what is wrong with her?
to
To
be
the
a
point
single
that
mom?
her man, she moved here and nobody came with her. Because somebody, and if she's attractive, they're going to say, somebody that beautiful in Ghana
Yeah.
could never go somewhere with kids by herself. So what is wrong with this particular individual or person such that she came here? And it could be the guy is wrong, the guy was abusive. It could be all that you're saying.
Yeah.
But how is society going to take that?
You know
They're not going
what?
to take it very, very nice.
Yeah.
Nor from what I know about Ugandans.
Jonita.
African men are simps. Listen, even if you're a single mom, Even if you're a single mom with, let's ask the boys behind the scenes. Just say yes or no.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Do African men like single mothers? Do they mind single mothers? Enoch or Brivian? They do not mind. O'Shea,
You want a single mom?
I'm telling you, O'Shea, I'm telling you the truth. African men do not care.
Okay.
Let me tell-
Okay. Hold on.
In the group of friends that I have,
can I ask my brothers
the
another
single
question?
okay, ask them.
She's a single mother. She's rich, and she looks like Rihanna. One
Vivian.
thumbs up.
Brivian say
Yes or no? Looks like Rihanna, rich, but she has two kids.
Would you buy her some sandals?
No.
Definitely.
Brother.
Okay.
Yes.
He get us some
So out of the
Bugando
three
ones.
people we've asked,
Yeah.
two have said yes, one has said
And
no.
I'm telling you,
Yeah.
African men they look at single mothers as, oh, now I can provide for her. They even use that chant of, oh, I'll look after your child to get to you. I'm telling you, in the group of friends that I have, the single moms are the ones men run after the most.
Some men, because
You're in
men
a
who don't want
dusty ass
kids-
group. That
my
is a
group is the
dusty group. Those people are poor.
No. I'm telling you that single mothers
Yeah.
in Africa, single mothers are,
But now
They're
let me just say this also.
Okay.
Here's the issue. Am I gonna get canceled?
we'll,
Is it-
we'll
is it-
edit it out,
If you
just
sigh
in case.
before your
I love you, right? So you my boy. So
boy.
I ain't got no problem with the. Let's say this,
Let me
right?
take a sip of my drink.
The African Union, I love y'all. Let me just go ahead and take
Oh
this.
my God.
Take this
It's
one.
too bad.
I'm gonna say something that's gonna be kind of offensive, but you know that's what I do. Okay. Women from the West, they have a certain standard of what they're looking for from a man. Okay, you know where I'm going with this. I'll tell you about to laugh. I want to talk about the city of Chicago. We talk about London, where you're from. London has the most billionaires, and if they have the most billionaires, it's indicative that they have in any city in the world. New York City, London, Tokyo. Yeah. Many millionaires in London. I would have to say it's over 400,000, I would guess. Chicago has over 300,000 millionaires. In Uganda, there could be many millionaires, but those who are willing to say on paper, I'm a millionaire, it can't be more than 2,000. Okay. So you're an African-American woman. You've been told, I don't need no man, but you want a man. And we see the trends happening in America. And these trends are rich women, Lonnie Love, who's dating James Welsh, who's broke. He's a white guy. Okay. You see Lala Anthony with 22-year-olds, right? You're seeing Amber Rose, Dusty's Hill, Erykah Badu, Jerron Atkinson, she's like 54. He's like 19. Madonna. So in America, these women can't get guys that can take care of them. Every woman wants a man that can take care of them. And black women who are coming to Africa, they would not come here if they didn't like the men. Women don't move to a country where they don't feel like they can get that 12 subway.
Oh my God, you can't
This thing.
bleep that.
Am I gonna not get a sponsorship deal because of this? It's provocative, I know. But if the man can only do this, she's not just a single mom to those kids. She's a single mom to that man now because he's become a husband son. And so what you're going to see is those women coming over here, getting with these men, and these men are not going to be able to provide at the level that they want. They'll guy all day. That's going to be okay. Because whoever, Olufemi, Sempija, he'll be wearing that ass out. No doubt about it. But when it comes time, whenever she feels like he can't, she don't let him know. A black woman from America gonna let you know that you're broke. And here in Africa, a lot of those guys are not gonna be able to take that. Look, because here, if you're making less money, that doesn't necessarily mean you're not the man. But from the culture of us, if the woman makes more, you're a subordinate. How many African men want to be a subordinate? You can do that for so long. But now you have another child now. The child is the guy you're at. And that's the dynamic that you're going to see. Because no rich guy in Africa is going to deal. Let's just talk about Dan Gote. Dan Gote is the richest guy in Nigeria. Look at Lagos. If we just leave, Nigeria's like 20 million people, right? Lagos alone. You didn't go with me last time, but Lagos alone is, they're fire, right? Some woman from America, from Connecticut, Dan Gote. And we know Dan Gote gets it in. He's a player for real. Dan Gotek gonna deal with somebody from Baltimore with 3 kids when he don't have to? He could, but could he take you serious? When you have all those black women from Lagos and from Abia State and from Emo State, those and you know those girls from those what do you call those Igbo girls? Oh my God, they're crazy. You can't compete. So these guys have a lot of opportunities there. Are they gonna just take somebody and say, I'm gonna be faithful to you? You're from America.
They're not, because they're not going to be moving in the same circles.
That's a great point. Please talk about that. Woo! That was the podcast. We can end that right there. But please build that up.
But, okay, so like, not to generalize, yeah, you will have, like, I wasn't raised in America, right? So a lot of what you're saying, I have some knowledge of,
yes,
but I haven't lived it, so I can't really speak how you speak, right? But let's not generalize. Okay, you're gonna have that woman you're referring to.
Yes.
You're also gonna have that woman that is just through whatever circumstance, like you mentioned, could be a widow, could be whatever.
Yeah, of course.
Right? When she gets here, she's not gonna be moving in those elite circles. Like, hardly anybody is.
No.
Right?
Even we're not.
Yeah,
we
not.
should be, but
we should be, but
y'all hating on us. That's okay.
Maintain, please. You
Wait,
want to
stop the
speak?
show. Stop the show,
He's
baby.
out there playing
He's
golf
a liar.
with you. Yeah.
Am I a liar?
Are you
Maintain,
golfing?
Whoa.
We're not in the same
All
boat.
the MPs.
Listen,
I live in Laboa. Wait, sad music. I live in Laboa. I maintain.
Yeah.
I was invited.
I have the chimps outside my door every
Yeah.
day. They bring me breakfast.
I have a pool at my house.
Have you guys finished?
No.
Finished?
We're still salty.
Oh, change face. I even lost my point. But what I'm saying is, what I was talking about levels, right? So it's just, sometimes it's not what you know, it's who you know. And depending on where your head is at and where you are, when you come here, it's just dependent on how it goes for you,
Yes.
right? So yes, I may live in a boa, and yes, I may play golf, and yes, but that was just due diligence from me, looking at someone like me, what I've done in London, what I've achieved, what the state where I'm at now. I just looked at what can I do to make my transition from London to Uganda smoother.
Can we play I saw your WhatsApp clip the other day of
Which
you
one?
getting your.
Golf.
Can we just put it here so they can see the form?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, we're gonna show you.
Yeah,
you
yeah,
see
sure,
that?
sure.
That doesn't
Yeah.
like a guy who's not. I don't even golf, but this guy,
Listen, but
And the people you golf with are not random people.
But
Yes.
let me tell
He
you, I
he's
never played
rich.
golf in London. I never played
he
golf.
came
in
here and
London.
got rich.
I came here. A Ugandan man said to me, "Listen, like you said, just like doors open for you the other day.
Yeah.
Same thing with me.
Yeah.
I heard you play golf, because when I play golf, I play on my own. I ain't playing with people.
Mm-hmm.
I'm playing with the caddies."
Okay.
Right? So he said to me, "Listen, there's a lot of people that go there. You can meet, da. When I play, you come with me." I played one round with this guy, and I met the owner of like Sanyu FM, Capital, and some other guy. So,
Look at him name dropping.
but that's on one occasion.
Yeah.
So you know what I mean?
It's okay. Let's
not get
leave
overexcited.
maintain alone.
Yeah, thank you.
Rich people. But so let me just say this, right?
Yeah.
I get what you're saying, and we're not generalizing, but we have to be. Most black people are not doing very well in America.
Okay.
So if they come here with systems that are less efficient, then you don't a good case of future performance is past performance.
Right.
And in Uganda, there are skills that you don't have yet that you need to quickly adapt if you get here. For example, I destroyed the first Kinganda team completely. The only person who was left was me and Joan. Thank God she was crazy enough to stay.
Thank you.
Right?
Thanks for being crazy enough.
Yeah, I lost the whole team.
Right.
And then I looked at, okay, damn, the way I'm doing things is bad.
Okay.
But everybody might not be able to articulate that. You know, and some people may not have. So what I'm saying is, for the majority of people that are coming here in that situation, I know we don't like to hold It's different from, like I said, if you have a British or an American Ugandan, she's a single mom.
Yeah.
She has family here. That's different.
Yeah.
True.
You talking about a Black American like me or somebody like you. We are fighting our way into this society. Fighting. And here, if you don't know nobody, hey, it don't matter you do good stuff. You have to fight. You have to claw, right? And are women ready to do that while at the same time being a mom, while at the same time driving on the different side of the road, while at the same time, and you need a team. I have so many people who can help me now. And I'm also I'm a pretty decent, astute business person.
You are?
So what if you're not?
Well, sorry.
Yeah.
If you're not, then you haven't got the means to get here.
You can get here if you save your money. But can you stay here?
Probably not. If you're not thinking long term, if you're just thinking, like you said earlier, George Floyd has happened. America's not safe for me. Let me just get out. If you're making a knee jerk reaction like that, then you're not going to have any longevity.
True.
But if you're looking at it from a different perspective, and you're like, America's not for me no more. London's not for me no more. Paris isn't for me anymore.
Yes.
Uganda looks great. What can my skill set offer?
Yes.
Uganda. And how can I make it work?
And it's no doubt that a lot of single moms have a lot of things to offer that I would not listen. We need a lot of help from the diaspora in Africa in general. I mean, what am I talking about?
Yeah, 100%.
That's my biggest beef on this podcast is that we need our people. But I'm going to tell you, and this is going to be offensive, I need you sisters to get married. I do. All of y'all. All of you. I don't care if you have a single. All.
Okay, this is interesting.
Because one thing I don't want, listen to what I'm telling you, I don't want Negroes coming here and you asking me that you need some diapers for your damn kids. I don't need you to do that, okay? I need you to get your before you come here because I'm not going to answer my phone. It's something about the Black man and the Black woman in Africa. Having a family is how you get through things here. And I think a lot of times when you come from the West, and the West is set up a little bit better for you to be, even in the West, people who are married are doing better than single moms.
Yeah.
Or single parents.
Yeah, married, because you're pooling resources together.
Yes.
So,
Yes.
you make more together.
And that's what happens here. More so because you have less support from the government. You have very small government here. USA is big government. UK is big government.
Yeah.
NHS, right?
Yeah.
Things like that.
Yeah.
Uganda, Ghana, it's still improving. So you have kids here. You have to pay your rent. All those things.
School fees, all of that, yeah.
Yeah, and then you need a connection. So we need the ladies to understand what they're up against. If they want to do it, it's great. I mean, I'm not saying them in all and be all or end all be all.
Yeah.
But it's gonna be tough.
Oh yeah.
Especially if you want to eventually make even Uganda women from the diaspora that come back have a hard time dating here.
True.
Yeah.
Because go ahead.
No. I'm saying I agree with you.
So let me also say this, right? And this is again not to get arrested. You're my boy, Museveni. I'm just letting you know, right? So, but I'm not trying to get arrested, but a lot of things in Africa and East Africa, from the international standpoint, what you're dealing with a lot of times is raw ability. And I'm gonna do an episode on that. Like when you even hire somebody, that person doesn't have very few. Like let's say Keith, for example. Lucky to get Keith or Brivian. But that's in Uganda, you don't get people like that. You get somebody who has the raw ability to want to do the job or videography or whatever, and that person takes about 5 months to contribute, right? 5 to 6 months on our standard of running the business.
Okay.
In a similar fashion, you're going to get a mate with raw talent to your standards in certain places. Not to say that Ugandans are less or Americans are less, but to how you may want some things. You might be dealing with a mate with potential. It may take that person a year or 2 or 3. Or either or. And if you're dealing in the business world here as a single mom, do you have 5 to 6 months for somebody to develop to be able to help you in the business? Because a lot of times here, you'll get somebody from a Carrie or Moobs. A lot of things in Uganda are parallel institutions. Institutions, what I mean is there's the government, there's the economy, and then there's education. And these things are not integrated like they should be. It's a big problem in the West, but it's better solved. If you come out of Harvard Business School or any MBA program, employers are going to be there recruiting. It's not like how it is here. So when you get somebody in the company, they don't have a lot of real life experience. They may have a lot of theoretical experience. But if you're a single mom, you have a business here, you need half Africans to help you. But do you have the ability to let them develop? You could do what I used to do, which is, you're going. You're going. And you're like, wait a minute. This person this is not America.
All right.
So that person doesn't know. That person comes in late. They're used to that. I can't just fire that person like I want to. Let me give that time. And that's what you need to be able to do here. And if you're a single mom coming here, I need to get it to that works in America. This is Africa. This is Uganda, where you just can't just get rid of people because you feel like it's their day. If they steal, that's different. But, they don't mess up, whatever. People need time to develop here. So you're dealing with that raw power that they have. Can you afford to do that? Most Americans can't do that. That's the problem.
Okay. From your standpoint, what have you experienced? That's the problem.
Yes, because it takes for somebody to get good at like our system. Mm-hmm. First, you need to develop a system. Then it takes about 90 days at the minimum. Somebody like, let's say, Brivian, about a month or two. But if you don't know anything, then now we're looking at 6 months to a whole year for this person to develop, to contribute.
Right.
Who has that kind of time? If you have kids, that's also, like me as a single man, not a single man, but as a man without kids, that's something that I can do. I can give you that patience. Right. But if you're a woman with kids, you wait for this person to contribute, they're not going to get it right away.
True. It also depends on their resources, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you could be a single mother coming here and you've been headhunted on one of the rare occasions and you've got a good job.
Yeah.
So that means you've got the home, you've got the driver, you've got the nanny, right? You've got the cook,
chef.
Right?
Living the best life.
So that frees up the time for you to pursue certain things like your work, or if you have, as well as your work, you have your which a lot of people repatriate do. They have their job and then they take the money from that, open a bar or a restaurant, something like that. Yeah. So you do have a lot of that in that instance. Like for me personally, when I moved here, I found that it gave me more time to work on the creative aspect of my personality, which is the production and the DJing. In London, I had no time for that because I was just surveying and construction, Monday to Friday, 8 to 5.
Yes.
Actually, Wednesday would come around, bookings start coming through. So I was working 8 to 5, and then after 5, I was going to DJ gigs. Waking up in the morning, have to be in work for 8. If I was in at 8:05, white man would look at me like I'm some sort of villain, So it was like that sort of pressure.
Yeah.
But coming here and making sure it was right for me and I had something to contribute long term really helped.
Yeah.
So you also have that, that aspect as well. But you also have, like you say, people coming in and not really thinking about it long term. And then when they get here, it's a shock to them because all you know is the Western way of things.
What advice would you give single moms before you come?
Oshe says he's here to tell people the truth. I'm here to give hope to the people.
I like that.
Yeah. I'm here to give hope and say that, you know what, with proper planning, the right resources and not just doing something on a whim or being emotional about it, I feel like if you sit down and plan your relocation really well with your kids, I think it could potentially work out for you, On the other side, like Oshe mentioned about having a husband-child or like another man to take care of, it's a very high possibility. Someone may look at you being a foreigner and think that's where the money is. And he moves in and never goes out, like he never leaves or something like that. So that's a very high possibility. That's something you should look out for. But then African men like single mothers. That's just it. I know a rich guy who took in he married a lady with two kids, but he also had like 3, so they came together and it was one blended family. Like that's a normal thing here. We see it every day. It's it happens all the time. So have hope and plan really well. Yeah, that's it.
And we got some good African brothers.
Yeah.
That are great people.
Where?
That
Sorry.
Look at that.
Oh, no.
They're already mad at you from that one.
They're already mad at you.
So we have some good Ugandan brothers out there that would love to, that would don't have no problem that would date, and then but sometimes those brothers may be on the come up, and so that's why a lot of as men in the black world, we need to pull our men up because we don't know who our men are going to be providing for. You might have a Ugandan man taking care of an American woman, a Ugandan man taking care of Ugandan woman, or we don't know. But I would say this, if I were to give advice, and I don't believe in single motherhood, just like I don't believe in the other thing, right? We know what we're talking about. So I'm with the president on that. So, but I also don't agree with single motherhood, period. My mom got divorced and largely, my dad was, got on drugs and stuff like that, but my mom wasn't perfect. So I know what happens. It took me like almost 15 years to get to myself. Thank God for my grandfather. And my father too was pretty good. But my grandfather was the one, my grandfather and my grandmother were the ones that gave me the infrastructure to be the man I am today. But I thank God for him. So we need married people in Africa. We don't need single parents in Africa. But such that if you were to come, I would say, do your connections in the embassies close to you. If you pick a country, number one is picking a country. If I want to be in Ghana, let me go participate in the Ghanaian American community. So many times African Americans come to Uganda. Not everybody can come like me. I've been here like 19 times, right? So I can figure it out. I had the money to figure it out all the time. But maybe you don't. Get involved with the Ghanaian community or the Nigerian community or Ugandan community where you're at and make friends. Add value there in the diaspora. Most of us as a diasporans, we forget our economy is back home. It's not really here. The people who watch us, these are Americans watching us, right? So the people who support what we do are not really necessarily here. They're coming, but they're there.
Yeah.
So you're leaving a bigger economy for a smaller one. You can get rich in a poor country, which is a great episode we want to do. And that's definitely true. Opportunities are here, but it takes time. And you need to know how it works. You need people that you can do things for, start getting involved and adding value for those communities there as a single mom. Do that for, I would say, 1 or 2 or 3 years. Then when you come undergirded in your infrastructure or those connections or those contacts. Like if I go back to America now, from what I know here, I'm going back to the Ugandan community in Boston. I'm going back to London. I'm about to be super connected in the Ugandan community because now I have a base. So do that. And then hopefully you find somebody to marry your ass. That's the whole point. Men and women. And if you can't do that, subscribe to the Pan-African Dating Show and we will find you somebody.
Yeah.
Yeah, we need to match our people up in the black world. Seriously. We need our people to be married. We can't be fucking around. Because then y'all, I don't want y'all kids coming to Africa robbing me or nothing like that, when they get grown. So we got too many pookies, and I'm just being real. I came over here to get away from getting mugged. So I don't want your Atlanta ass coming over here and robbing me. Just joking. But no, that's seriously. That's what I would do.
Oh, okay.
Get connected there, and then we go from there.
All right. Maintain. What would be your advice?
Research and matching your skill set with whatever country it is you want to be in is very important. I don't think it's as important if you're a single mother or you're married or not. It's just if your head is in the right place to make it work. That's what I would say. Okay,
and I think we've come to the end of this episode. We hope that for the part 2 of this episode, we bring Miss Tina on.
Yes.
Because she would have some things to say about this. I'm sure she'll watch this and think,
Tina, I'm going to cook you. Just know that.
So for the next one, we'll have Tina on. But yeah, guys.
Eat you for breakfast, boo.
Tell people where they can find you For Maintain, let me speak for him. DJ Maintain on all platforms.
Yes,
For
indeed.
Oshe Duke Jackson, don't message him or anything like that. Like he says,
Yeah, he doesn't want. He doesn't want.
just
the
follow
DMs people.
Kenganda and you'll find him there. Yes. Also subscribe to our YouTube channel. Follow us on all our social media pages at Kenganda Nation. And speaking of love and getting married, subscribe to the Pan African Dating Show, and we'll see you guys next time.